Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 64 as we ascend the staircase to the third level of the castle. In the last episode we completed Snowman's land, whatever. And in this episode we have two courses to choose from, that door over here and this tiny little picture right here. Let's go ahead and do this one as we continue our way clockwise around this room. Scale the mountain, Tall Tall Mountain, course 12.
Let's go.
And one of my least favorite courses in this game, simply because it's very, very easy to die here. Get a good run up the slope. Do you remember the long jump? Run, press Z, then jump. Yes, of course, we remember the long jump. So, I'm not going to say anything if you won't. There we are. That's the long jump. So you have to long jump across these slopes. If you don't know the long jump by now, you're going to be in trouble on this level because you're going to need to use it quite a few times to be able to get all the stars. You can hear something rumbling up above us and ahead of us. There's some more Monty moles here. We saw these in Hazy Maze Cave already. We continue our way scaling this mountain. There's some bob-ombs here around the big bob-omb clone. Why Bowser constructs such monstrosities, I haven't the faintest idea. But before we continue going any higher, we're going to want to do this right here. Hello, bob-omb buddy. Yes, he'll prepare the cannon for us. We're going to need that for a later star. 1 star and only 1 star. We don't have to use it for anything else, and it's not even good for any shortcuts in this level, unfortunately. Oh well. So we can continue our way back down the mountain because there's no way to go up from where the bob-omb is. We're going to have to ascend the mountain once again. Yes, this level, quite frankly, is quite boring if you get good at it, because then you'll be scaling the mountain several times with nothing to do as you do so. You can long jump, you can wall jump your way back up from that slope, but you can't do it from that one because in this second pit there is no floor. So you're going to want to continue up, following the mountain as well as fast as you can. There is a way to get up the mountain a little bit faster if you ascend this rock shelf here, but we're going to continue our way up the mountain in the traditional direction this time. We'll probably use that shortcut a couple of times in the future. Alright, and there's a monkey here that he seems very cute and very lovable, but you do not want to pick this monkey up under any circumstances because he will make trouble for you. I might be showing that later, but for now we're going to want to continue up here, do log rolling, which we managed to avoid to do in Lethal Lava Land here. It isn't necessary to continue to climb the mountain in this direction. We have another sign up here. Let's see what this has to say. High winds ahead. Pull your cap down tight. If it blows off, you'll have to find it on this mountain. Yes, indeed. If you lose your cap, which is very possible in this course, if you do, you will have to come back to this course and only this course to find it. Because otherwise it will be lost. If you go to any other course, you will not be able to find it. So this is about where that rock shelf that I mentioned earlier would come out. It's possible to skip that entire last section of the mountain, including the log rolling, just by ascending the cliff in the right spot. Now this is an area you're going to want to learn to long jump. There we are, and this cloud right here will blow you right off of the cliff if you aren't careful. And just continue scaling the mountain, as our star explained to us. This area right here is thick with undergrowth. It's very hard to jump out of, but you can do it if you put your mind to it. And continue on our way up the mountain. There's this beautiful view here with this waterfall. Grab some coins. There we are. And continue upwards. And here is our star at the very peak of the mountain.
Here we go.
There we are. That wasn't so difficult, was it? Yes. Yes, in fact, it was. We got 20 whole coins just by scaling the mountain, and we go ahead and jump right back into the level and continue on with Mystery of the Monkey Cage. Now, this is yet another star where we're going to have to climb all the way back up to the top of the mountain. So, rather than show you the entire journey on the way there, well, no, actually, I think we might do some editing for that later, but for this time, I'm going to want to show you that shortcut that I mentioned earlier that allows us to skip a good portion of the journey upward. Because it is quite handy. Get away from me, annoying Monty moles. You can go ahead and climb this area here. This is actually meant to be an area where several of the red coins are clustered, but if you use it, you can use it to basically form a shortcut towards skipping an entire section of the climb, and possibly the most difficult section of the climb, at least in terms of obstacles you have to surpass. See, we left those boulders behind, we left the log rolling behind, we left the bob-omb behind, as well as the narrow log bridge. All of that is past us. And we're already past the blowing cloud, and all the way up towards where the Goombas are in this tangled undergrowth that grabs at Mario's shoes. Now, Mystery of the Monkey Cage. This is the monkey cage right here. You might think monkey cage, a monkey has to be in it, correct? Incorrect. It's simply a cage for the star, but the way to open it must deal with monkeys. See, there's another monkey, not the same monkey as the one we saw before, but a different monkey here on the top of the mountain that will be quite annoying to try to catch because he will run around and jump over you whenever you try to corner it. See? The only way to catch him reliably is to run and dive at him, but even then it isn't very reliable. You tend to get a lot closer if you sneak up on him rather than running at him, though.
Oh, let me go! Okay, I was only teasing! Can't you take a joke? I'll tell you what, let's trade. If you let me go, I'll give you something really good. So how about it?
You want to free him. You can hold on, but there's really no reason to. You don't get anything from it. By freeing him, the little monkey follows a pre-scripted path down the mountain from which we just came, goes across the stone path here towards the bridge and where the cage is. Now we want to follow him down because he's caused the cage to drop all the way down to the bottom of the waterfall and the star to appear. There it is. Now, it might seem like the star would be here normally, but it's really not. And there's the area with the other monkey that we saw before. You can see that it's quite definitely not the same monkey. There we are. Star number 2, collected. Alright, now this level isn't going to go nearly as fast as the last level, depending on how I edit it. Scary Shrooms, red coins. I mentioned that that area that we used as a shortcut to climb the mountain before is where a lot of the red coins are hiding. Well, the rest of them are over here in this area where the portrait-generating mushrooms are. See, we have several mushrooms that we must traverse in order to make our way to the red coin star, some of which are very small and very hard to jump to, but as long as you have a good grasp of Mario's basic jump physics, that shouldn't be that difficult. There is one of those mushrooms that contains a teleport that will take you to a different star, but for now, we're going to want to continue doing as we're doing, because we're not after another star, we're after the red coin star. Oh my, that was close. You must be careful around these sloped platforms, because Mario can and will bounce off of them and into the abyss. Because you may not have seen it until now, but this entire mountain is surrounded by bottomless pits. Now, I didn't get a lot into the entomology of the last level, or not entomology, but basic structure and creation of the last level, but this level is very simple. It's simply a gigantic mountain on the edge of the Mushroom Kingdom where gigantic mushrooms grow, and Bowser hid some power stars here knowing that it would be an extremely dangerous place for Mario to go. He didn't have much to do with the creation or takeover of this level, aside from stationing some troops here. Even the monkeys aren't part of his troops. They're simply here. They're simply always here. Okay, and then the star appears on this mushroom out here. So you're going to want to be careful and jump out to it. Here we are. So yes, just like Snowman Land, this level was not corrupted by Bowser so much as it simply was used as a place to hide power stars, on his part, knowing how dangerous the level itself was. Mysterious Mountainside. This one I will edit to show exactly where the star will come in, because journeying all the way up the mountain another time will be quite boring for you all. So I will see you all when we reach the area where the star is. Alright, so this is where the mysterious mountainside is. Just past where the cloud can blow you off of the edge, there is this part of the mountain here, which shimmers and shakes when you draw close to it. You go ahead and jump inside and enter a level within a level! Actually, it's just a slide, but fun nonetheless. This is the third and final slide of this game, the Secret Mountain Slide. And the key to getting the 100 coins in this level, which we won't be getting until a later opportunity, but for now you can see that there are blue coins quite all over the place. This slide is not that difficult as long as you can avoid that obvious death trap. It's actually, I find it easier than the cool mountain slides, so provided you don't obsess with going too fast. Considering you're not racing anyone except yourself, it's quite easy to simply take your time, go down the slide, gather as many coins as you can, and make your way to the end. Though you do want to go at some speed, or else you'll not make it over some of those jumps. So there's no star here at the end, but there is a chute that leads us down to where the star is. It is possible to reach this star, I believe, with some sort of a glitch jump to reach that ledge, but it's difficult. So gathering the star the traditional way is much easier. Go ahead and use back. Go ahead and jump back in. Go ahead and jump. Go ahead and jump back into the portrait. There we are. On to number 5, breathtaking view from the bridge. Once again, we have to scale the entire mountain, and once again, I will meet you all up where the star is. In a moment, folks. Alright, now as we ascend past the mysterious mountainside where we were before, you may have actually seen the star as we passed it one of the other times we climbed this mountain. It's right here. Where the stone bridge is, the star itself is right down below us, in that little cave there. However, it is very difficult to reach that with a traditional jump unless you hit this switch first. This creates a couple of blocks that we can use to collect more coins, as well as one very useful block that we can use to get the star from our current location. Here we go! There we are, quite easy. The main challenge of this level is being able to ascend the mountain repeatedly without dying. Not necessarily the platforming that is involved. Tall, Tall Mountain, number 6, Blast to the Lonely Mushroom. This is perhaps the most hit-and-miss star of all of them in this level. Because this star, you can see from the very beginning of when you first enter this level, right out there. However, reaching that star can be quite tricky. You might think, well, couldn't you fall at it from above? No, not really, not reliably. Perhaps you could jump off of one of those jutting platforms above us, but it wouldn't be a very good idea. It's actually take longer to do that than it would to do it the traditional way. The way that you're supposed to do this star is to find the special warp mushroom, which is in fact the small one right in the center of the rest of them. Right here. I believe. Yes, there it is. Alright, and this transports you down here to a special ledge underneath where you can see the red coin shroom, and the red coin ledge is right above us. This sign would simply warn us of strong winds, which if we were to come down here by accident, you can jump off of the side where the sign is and fall into where... Ooh, careful, Mario. Fall into where a gust of wind will blow you back up to the platform. However, we want to come down here to where the cannon is. And you can see the star right over there. You want to aim very carefully directly at the star, and then aim upwards so that you can just barely see the star at the bottom of the cannon's range. Oh, just too high. And you go flying off into oblivion and die. Mamma mia. We'll have to try that again, won't we? Alright, so we'll aim a little bit higher this time. You don't want it right at the edge of the black. Something a bit more like this, perhaps. Just make sure I'm lined up correctly. Yes, that should do. Right about there. Yes! Dead on! Good show. Blast to the Lonely Mushroom complete. And now for our 96th star of the game, we're going to have to go back into the level and collect all 100 coins, which means that I will be seeing you folks in a moment as soon as I have done so. In a moment, folks. Pardon me. And there you have it, the 100 coin star for Tall Tall Mountain. Now before we go, I do want to show you what happens when you grab the monkey down towards the bottom of the mountain here. It's right down this way. Little creep. Yes, he seems so excited and so cute. And yet when you grab him, he steals your hat.
Ah! I snagged it! It's mine!
And then he promptly jumps in the water and drowns, making it impossible for you to collect your hat again. At least, that's what he did to me. Mario's so depressed over the loss of his hat that he promptly commits suicide. But, oh my! Mario doesn't have his hat! Which means that we're going to have to take on the next course in the next episode, Hatless. We'll have to see how well we'll be able to pull that off in the next episode of Let's Play Super Mario 64. Later, folks. Good night.